Hey,
Hi, welcome Rahul Kumar.
hey, hi, Saida, hi, Mohsin, hi, hello, everyone.
So over to you, Maruk.
Okay, thank you so much. This is Maruk. I am the moderator of this session, and today the topic of Rahul Mukherjee is the new normal. How DevOps is the difference that makes the difference. Seems like a really interesting topic to me. And let me introduce Rahul little. He is an agilist who feels passion for business agility with the ingredients of automation and DevOps. He enjoys doing research, learning about business agility, and works with cutting edge technologies. His goal is to develop a healthy, collaborative, and continuously improved culture where experimentation is encouraged and crafting a high focus is appreciated. So, welcome to you, Rahul. You may start your session. Just to highlight, you have a 30-minute slot. And for the audience, if you have any questions, please note that down in the QA section, and Rahul will answer that at the end of the session. And at the end of the session. So, stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you. So, you can see my screen, correct?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Hey, hello, good day, everyone. And thank you very much, RSG Pakistan team, for this opportunity. And really very happy to be here to be part of this global event. So, the topic, in this new normal, very much we are moving towards the digital transformation and how the DevOps is the difference on those areas. So, that's our main goal in this topic. And so for that, you can connect with me in the social media, in the social networking side. Definitely my email, LinkedIn. Yeah, sharing and caring is very important in this world. So absolutely, you can LinkedIn and also the Twitter and Instagram. So before that, also no, also there is a activity. I just skip the activity and can I share in there? uh, Let me see. But so what comes in your mind when you see this picture, the new normal? Okay, so I'm just keeping this, and when you see that the new normal, there's a time box and definitely the interactive and all. So absolutely, the new normal. Whenever think about from the last nearly 1.5 years, the mind is the professional context. We are redesigning our factory floors. We are keeping there's a distance, also the robotic replacing high risk human interaction. The family context, we are very much connecting our balancing our job with our family life, visiting family members behind the glass, correct? So social context also making the dining safe and enjoyable, save time, virtual concert attempting replacing offline events and all. So these are kind of the new normal areas we're already kind of experiencing from last nearly few months. So how in this low touch economy, how the new normal feedback loop, that is kind of we are thinking, how is that? What are the areas, the traits are there? So you can see in this feedback loop, in the pandemic world, the controlling health, that's the actual, the kind of the area we are more over facing, the measuring, the behavior shifting, health measures, all those are the areas, the behavior shifting in the fundamental, those are the areas in this VUCA world, correct? So how those are disruptions are coming up and how we are kind of leveraging those are in this VUCA world. So those are our kind of the areas when we are facing that. So definitely the rate of changing is tremendous in this last in this new normal areas. Uncertainty, absolutely, there are lots of. There's a reason you see here the we are more over towards the kind of plussing our uncertainty, unclear till now. What is the our next stage? There are more ambiguity, the meaning often the lack of clarity, and also the complexity of the decision factors. Definitely, how we will kind of the predict and our outcome for our actions. So for that, yeah, definitely we are in this world. We are kind of the balancing our job. As a many speakers here, I saw a couple of them, and everyone is kind of focusing on the new normal side. We are embedding our work and home, so everyone is kind of the working to the remote in the virtual environment. what we are hearing that everyone is work and home is embedded and we are working towards that. We're experiencing many things in this new world. So definitely, those are the areas that we are experiencing. We are having now new tools that kind of the areas that, but yeah, in this couple of things are very much high side, and couple of things are definitely in the low side. So what are the highs actually? The family, more time we're giving in the family in this new normal. Also the kids, pets. Yeah, now I still remember before now pandemic. Yeah, if in the kind of meetings going on and I'm attending from my home, if my pets are moving here and there, it's not. It's I'm feeling that embarrassing and all. But now we're changing our mental model. We're changing our mental model now. Kids, pets. Yeah, the main thing is how the outcome is coming up. That outcome is very important. We're focusing more towards the outcome. No commute, absolutely. And also in the low side, we are kind of never off. Always we are facing our kind of the area we are focusing. No me time for me, actually. No me time, very busy going on. More meetings, no breaks. uh, every time in kind of including everyone, we are more focusing more tool centric, you can say the tool centric side. So many new tools even in the before pandemic. No, I know those tools, but I do more of us not hands on those tools, correct? So now you can see a couple of tools I just here match up in my presentation. That yeah, definitely these are the few tools. Yeah, many tools are coming up in this digital transformation sector, and we are connecting ourselves absolutely through this, and face-to-face conversation definitely going on, and that we know we are globally connecting ourselves in this technology era. So now, definitely this new normal is coming up. In many technology innovations going on, remote setup going on, our mental model changes. All there's no most of the companies they're moving towards the digital transformation. The digital transformation, you can see the changes going on in the application, in the technology, the aspects of the human society. For that, definitely, there are many areas that by 2020, we saw that 60% of most of the enterprises that define and implementing their digital transformation. By 2021, 2022, they are kind of prediction that the 65% of the global GDP digitalized and driving over 6.8 trillion. So yeah, this is the kind of the global transformation going on in the digital sides. But the digital side, the connecting the dots. So those are the trends. The new normal is very important. So for that, definitely we have to go with a couple of the trends that we are looking for. What are the different trends that we are kindly thinking? We all are distributed. In the remote world, we all are distributed. We are connecting, just like I'm in the United States now, but I'm connecting with the Pakistan RSG through this distributed connecting technology, the digital technology. So that the development, testing, all are now the team activity. We are testing our areas, whatever we are working on. The very, very important nowadays, the playing very high, the data, the collection of the data and the analytics, the information we are collecting and giving to our customer. The test, dev, SecOps, those are the thinking that we are pervasive now. So those are kind of we are hands-on. Those are the areas that we are mostly kind of collaborating each other. The automation, whatever we are doing, the automation is very much important in this digital technologies, in the digital transformation area, in this new normal. The fail fast, yeah, definitely we are thinking of the experimentation and learning. And from the experimentation, as we're quick failing, we're learning and moving towards the actual product and the solution that's we are kind of we are making, we're creating to our customer, to our client. And the whole team is not a siloness, is very much the cultural mental model we are changing. The whole team is accountable now. The whole team are thinking about that's those kind of the culture, those kind of fostering culture is moving towards as accountable. And main importance of just enough, just in time. We are very much focusing just in time in this time frame. That way, we are moving towards this new normal. But all these, the behind the story is that how we are connecting is very important. As I mentioned here, the test, dev, SecOps, those are the thinking we are connecting, and for that, in this agility, the possible opportunities is coming up. The DevOps, the agility and the adaptability and the making the connection in this enterprise, in this competitive enterprise, the customers are connecting with the DevOps, the development and operations all together. And I'm collecting some of the data from this year, that 15th State of Agile Report 2021 by Digital AI. You can see the 74% of the respondents stating that they have a current DevOps initiative or planning one for the DevOps maintaining for that purpose. The DevOps initiative currently underway, the 56%. So it's just increasing the spike in this DevOps world for the digital transformation prospect. The 75% of the respondents indicate that DevOps is important and very important of their organization. Those are the kind of the our mental model, our shifting in the mental model. Those are going on very high. The improving the DevOps success, the 67% acceleration is going on for the delivery of the speed. You can see the improved quality, reduce risk. Those are kind of the areas for the DevOps prospect, that these are success factors associated for the software delivery, the solution delivery, for reducing our bugs in the production, the software delivery accelerating very high tremendously, improving the quality. So those are the measurement, definitely the success for the measurement that the DevOps transformation is moving. But yeah, what is the DevOps? Just when you're thinking, yeah, I'm doing from the last few minutes, the how those actually that we are progressing in this journey. What is that? What is the DevOps that I'm talking about? Is the collaboration. The DevOps is the development and operations collaboration. It's a treating as a infrastructure as a code. Now we are kind of the collecting the dot. We are moving toward infrastructure as a code. We're doing the small deployments to our production server. We're using more over the automation. They all together the DevOps is. So those are the kind of the big chunk of the rocks. We are breaking the small chunks and we're giving to our production readiness, our production deployment. So for that, definitely the DevOps. What is the DevOps is actually, you can see here that definitely we are collecting the feedback, we're monitoring, we're deploying operations, we are doing the integration of our codes and all. It's the professional culture that we are building for the movement, the cultural movement, the philosophy, and the very, very important, our mental model, the mindset, very emphasizing in this DevOps culture. We are more all together, we are working and we are giving some the outcome in this digital transformation. It provides a communication, integrating our automation, and very, very important, the cooperation that's needed very much for the planning, designing, developing, testing, deploying, and the releasing and the maintaining our solution that we are building. The moreover, the solution that we are building in this world. And definitely for everything, we have to automate our continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines that we are building for the code and giving to the code continuous manner, release on demand prospect, the small batches, the shorter lead time, the starting till ending the solution, the whole timing that we are doing the very much frequent deployments. As we are doing the automation, we are doing kind of the failuring or the low failure rates because we are shifting left and we are getting our bugs or defects very early in this solution. So those are the kind of the focus area for the DevOps. That's the reason the DevOps is so famous. You saw that 75% is an increase in this state report, the 2021. The agile coding and automation, the practices, we are applying the infrastructure, configuration, we are all together, and also we are monitoring our whole system, our end-to-end system, and also kind of reviewing our system, how we can making our solution more better, more robust. So those are the areas we are very much focusing now. Everything is a kind of watching automatically. It's the even if we can use the cloud. The cloud watch is also there. Is just 24/7. They are reviewing. They're monitoring our system globally. So there are a couple of books that also is very much the basic and for the knowledge purpose. The Phoenix Project and the DevOps Handbook. Absolutely, in the Phoenix Project, the three ways we are very much thinking. What are those three ways? So for that, definitely the system thinking. The first way, the system thinking, the complete knowledge, the complete thinking, the end-to-end system all together. Those are the areas we are focusing very much in the first way. So understanding and increasing the flow of work, starting to the finishing, the whole system that we are going to building, the system thinking, the big picture is very, very important for that. This the first way they are very much connecting with this project book. The second way, they amplifying the feedback loops. How can you connect with the customer? Definitely, we are following agile. We are doing the incremental delivery. We are connecting with the customer or business, and we are getting the feedback. We are amplifying our feedback loops. So that way, we are getting the short feedback loops. They enable the continuous improvement as we are our engaging our customer in the review and the demonstration of our incremental delivery to our customer. So definitely they enable the continuous improvement that is very, very needed in the second way. And the third way, the culture, the more important, the culture of the continuous experimentation and the learning that we say we are failing fast. And from the failing fast, we are experimenting and we are learning, and that we are moving further for a complete engaging of the product. Those are the three ways that the DevOps is very important, and this book is very much comply that our mental model prospect, our cultural shift prospect, how the enterprises are changing their thought process. There's another book, the DevOps Handbook. In this, also we are kind of the thinking and kind of the going through that, but all together the culture, the foster the experimentation, risk taking, learning from the failure, the practice, and prerequisite for the mastery prospect. Those are our kind of the areas that we are focusing very much. We are doing some our innovation labs. Most few companies they are going through the innovation lab. They are innovating some new product or new way of thinking of minimum viable product or minimum marketable feature. So from there, we are moving towards actual complete based on our thought process, based on our actual design principles. So in this handbook, also they're mentioning that imagine where the product owners, the kind of shifting the culture line, we're moving from the siloness to the as a team, as a collaboration of every individual, the product owners, development, quality, IT, operations, info security, all together, they are working. They're helping each other to making the not only the product, but the overall organization succession. That's a success factor is very, very important for changing the shifting our this culture. By working towards this common goal of collaboration and all these first, second, and the third way of our culture shifting, they enable the first flow of the work, as I told, kind of the minimum viable product to the complete product, the design thinking. All those are associated into the completion of the product and giving to the production. They're achieving the world-class stability, reliability, availability, and the security. So those are kind of the factors, definitely the four three pillars. Those are very, very needed for this DevOps prospect. And also together, the DevOps, we have to follow some of the model and some of the principles. So let's go to the model first. So in the model, you can see, as I was mentioning, the culture, the focusing on the people. The people is the main area. They are focusing and enhancing and embracing the changes and the experimentation. The automation, that kind of the area that we are delivering. As I told, the infrastructure now as a code, we are collecting that infrastructure as a code. We are going towards the cloud. We are delivering 24 by 7 whenever it is required. We're very much lean. We're focusing on the producing value of the user. We are delivering in the small batches incrementally. We are doing the BDDs, the behavioral driven development, the taste driven development. We are measuring what is actual the improvement. Also, we are recovering from there whatever the 24 by 7 in the production side, in the customer side. And moreover, the collaboration, the sharing, the information sharing of the collaboration and the communication purpose. That's the cultural shifting is going on. That's the framework, that's the conceptual framework, that integration of the development and the operation for the team, functions, and system within an organization as a complete system thinking prospect, the complete big picture that we are moving through. As I told, the model is definitely very much connecting ourselves for developing and become the outcome based. But on the other side, also the principles. We know the Agile Manifesto that we are moving towards mostly the left side. The shift in left here also in the Agile Manifesto. The individual interactions over processes and tools. We are most focusing on the people. We're most focusing on the working solution, working software, and the collaboration, the customer collaboration, and all together responding to the change. So become all this manifesto and also the DevOps principles, the connecting with that, the bring value to the customer by delivering the smaller, frequent, and the continuously deployment of the solution of the software. The delivering the working software, the solution in shorter time scale, in the shorter lead time. The customer is great design that we make the MVP to complete product by using the design thinking, the fantastic architecture or model-based system design. All those strategies definitely develop the software, one in a working software completely. The support the changes that we are making for this requirement, what do the customer want? The development methodology that we are using, the changes for the customer, and also the in the comfort zone for the customer that they can see, they can give the feedback, and that we know we are incrementally build and giving to the customer in a shorter time scale. And very, very important that we are talking about every time the collaboration, the working together, the business, the customer, they constantly they write first time, and from there we're moving further whenever we're getting to the changes, and as you say, respond to the change, Agile Manifesto mentioned. And very, very important, the another principle that the our empowerment, the motivation of the team, the trust development, those kind of fostering culture is also very, very important for the DevOps principle. Say the motivate the team, give freedom to them, provide the support required to them whenever they are need. Very important, the trust to get the work delivered to them. For delivering the product, the trust is very, very important, the key area that we are very much focusing in the DevOps side. So those are the area, definitely, those are the focusing area that we are mostly focusing for the DevOps prospect in the Agile Manifesto, and we're connecting with them in the Agile Master Manifesto prospect. So as I mentioned, the DevOps and many things that we are doing for in the technological agility side, we are developing, and also we are using and we are doing the commit by using the tool. Definitely we are building the code, we are testing, we're making the packages, and end-to-end testing is very, very important that we are talking about from last few minutes. The automation of the testing, the shifting left, and from there moving to the staging and doing together all the code. And after that, whenever that kind of the pre-production environment we are thinking, and from there we're moving to actual customer environment. So those are the kind of the building the pipeline we say in the technical agility side. And from the pipeline, definitely you're moving towards the accelerating our agility, and we are giving to the outcome-based model to our customer. As all this pipeline creation, we're following the comms model, we're following the DevOps principle. Everything is connecting with the acceleration through the agility, through the incremental delivery of the agile development. We are daily stand up. We are making the product in the product model. We are making the backlog. We are giving to the our backlog refinement, grooming, and from there we are sprint planning the development team, the delivery team. Incrementally they are building, they're reviewing and giving to the customer, getting the feedback, and that way we are moving towards. And for that, definitely the continuous integration, the pipeline that they are doing, the code repository, the continuous integrating in our pipeline, in the making the pipeline, they're checking the code quality, they're testing continuously for that, and definitely delivering to our product centric model to our customer. So total the agile DevOps, that's the model we are definitely building and we are giving to the connecting to the customer. Very, very important in the collaboration. Absolutely, the tools are there, but the collaboration is very important within the team and as well as within the customer. How the customers are integrating with us and how we are integrating with the customer in an incremental manner. So those are the kind of the focus area that we are collecting with that in this new normal. Here are the couple of areas that the DevOps tools, you can see here a few of them. I just going through here. You can see many DevOps tools and very evolving DevOps tools are coming up. Those are making our pipeline, making our delivery, the continuous delivery is more easily, and we are doing very much easy with the connecting our codes, our testing, our automation testing, monitoring, our operation, releasing, and the deploying to our staging environment, from the staging environment to the our production environment. So those are definitely very important from this for the DevOps prospect. So this is very much my presentations, and yeah, definitely in this presentation have some takeaways. I believe you guys, everyone get the retail transformation starting with the new normal, then the remoting working culture. We are embedding ourselves in the home and work culture, the what is the DevOps and the why DevOps in the three ways. You go through the two books, how DevOps is aligned with agility and the mental model, that comes model with our principle of DevOps and the tools and accelerating agility. That way, I am wrapping up my presentation. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you so much, Rahul. Let's see how many questions and what are the questions we have from the audience. Although I really love this presentation and it is very informative, and we basically need DevOps and the merger of agility and all the processes, because that is the, I think that is the backbone of continuous development and everything. So I think if audience can have your slides as well, then it would be a great takeaway for them as well. And I think it's a very informative session, and they need some time to absorb all the information. So right now we are not having any question. So yeah, thank you so much for your time and for your amazing presentation. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Maru. Absolutely.
So we are going to have 10 minutes break, and after that we will be having another session. So stay with us, grab some coffee. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maru. Thank you, everyone. Bye.